I have a confession. It's something I'm embarrassed to admit. It's something that, even though it separates me, even though that I know I'm not alone with, it separates me more and more with everyone and everything else. It was the summer of 2010. I put one of these in my pocket. In the 21st century, people are oftentimes too consumed within their personal lives. They carry out the same daily routine whilst consuming their technology, their work, and their artificial products simply to provide an escapism to their reality and what is truly paramount in life. Therefore, it's important to be intellectually active and aware of the tricks and the traps that are set around us in society. There's 3 ways. So how do we become intellectually active? Well, there's 3 ways that I'm going to point out that I think are the most important ways. The first way is being aware of marketing tricks. The second is psychological tricks. And the third is simply the consumption of technology that takes over our lives. There's an area, so this is how I view society as a whole. So there's an area in front of many retail stores, according to Amy Wong in a Journal of International and Consumer Marketing. It's called the IBR, or Impulse Buying Region. And I think the best way to give us an example of this is, or the best way to explain this is to give an example. So everyone close your eyes and imagine you're walking through Target. You have a cart full of the college necessities, such as Lucky Charms, ramen, energy drinks. You're walking up to the checkout and bam, there it is. The candy, the mints, the gum, the magazines, the energy drinks, everything. That's the impulse buying region. And so this is the perfect, how you can see everything right up front, right before you check in. So you're more likely to impulsively put it on the counter and purchase it before you even think about whether you have it, whether you need it, whether if it's mandatory to what you're doing. So the second strategy, and this isn't the only strategy, the second strategy is color. When I took a class survey, 100% of the class managed to only think of the colors red and orange in the logos of their favorite fast food restaurants. But this isn't just coincidence, this is science. According to a study of the University of Queensland, warm colors in particular activate your hunger and grab your attention. Plus, we mentally connect the color red, the same used as sock lights and traffic signs, with immediacy, which again taps into our desire for convenience. And even delivery sites such as Grubhub and Seamless have pulled this trick to signify urgency and ease. So, like it said, fast food restaurants aren't the only ones that are using this trick. But it's a science. So these 2 colors are the 2 that are most commonly used, and it's a little hard to read, but red is associated with excitement and demands attention. So when you're driving down the road and you're kind of hungry, getting in your car, and you see the big golden arches of McDonald's, you're more likely to think, okay, it's cheap, it's fast, I'm gonna go there. Because it's right, it's convenient, it's a drive-through, it's easy to go. And yellow is associated with happiness and optimism, and it releases a drug called serotonin, which is, so according to Healthline, serotonin is made from the essential amino acid in, I'm a law major, so I don't know that word. But basically what this means is it activates your hunger because it releases that drug. So you're gonna be more likely to feel more hungry when you see the yellow, and when you see the red next to the yellow, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to just impulsively go to that restaurant. And finally, familial relationships have hurt, also due to technology and video games. So a study from Fordham University suggests, quote, this was evident as each household was immersed in a variety of different digital technologies, everything from mobile phones to home computers to game consoles. It was clear that they play a fundamental role in the daily life. My research shows that new media technologies are having a negative impact on social interactions within the household in times of time allocation patterns and the choice of social functions, and the transmittal of cultural values and overall human behavior. So what this is basically saying is that the more each family is consuming their technology, the less time that is spent together and the less cultural value that is shared between generation to generation. So among those who are intellectually aware in society, the Amish are the most. And so considered by many to be a very extremist group and afraid of modernization or any type of technology. This is in fact false. In fact, their beliefs are found directly on the Amish Young Center website, which seems quite ironic. Quote, the Amish do consider technology evil in itself, but they believe that technology, if left untamed, will undermine worthy traditions and accelerate assimilation into surrounding society. So what the Amish have managed to do is for centuries they've been able to put into perspective the importance of they were able to put in perspective what technology has done to society and keep the things that are important in front of them and what is most important in their lives. So why is this important to me? Well, I play golf, and although a lot of people think it to be a very boring sport, I in fact find a disconnect from my technology. I'm able to turn off my cell phone and get onto the golf course and just disconnect. And as you can see, we play some of the most beautiful golf courses in the world right next to the Rocky Mountains. So it's easy for me to just be in nature and get away from anything that are, any traps or anything that's set in society. And as well, I'm from the last couple of years I lived in Florida, and so this is important to me as well, just to get onto the lake and go fishing and being in nature and immersing yourself away from your cell phone or the busy world in society. So being an intellectually active citizen can provide someone with mental, social, and physical health. And it can provide a self-defense to get away from the tricks and traps, by simply minimizing technology in our lives and becoming smarter and healthier citizens. So next time you're at Target or you're passing down the street and you see the golden arches of the fast food restaurant at every corner, give a quick smirk, knowing all too well the tricks that are set around us.
Yeah.